So our midterm lessons. So what we have learned first is the global divides, which is the north and the south. So this is a metaphor for interstate inequality and a product of Western imagination. So historically, there had been divisions and labeling among the different nations of the world. So who belongs to the global south? So it consists of Africa, um, Latin America, and Asia, including the Middle East. These nation states are deemed to be not aligned with the nation states located in the northern hemisphere that adhere to fair labor practices, rights, free trade, reduced tariffs, and policies on sustainable development. So, second is the global north. So, it is the home of all members of the group of eight, which is the Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, United Kingdom, Russia, and the United States of America. So, as formal economies, first is the capitalism. It sustains consumer choice, private property, and economic freedom. So, capitalist economies were considered as the first world. Next is socialism. It is characterized by state control of the means of production, distribution, and exchange. Socialist economies were referred as the second world. So, lastly is the third world. Those that did not belong to either types of economies belong to the third world. So, the term third world was initially used to refer to the former colonies of European countries. Hence, it is outdated to say that countries in Southeast Asia belong to the third world. For the term has ended its usage after the Cold War. Um, Second lesson was about Asian regionalism. So the term regionalization and globalization are both related to integration. So first is globalization. It is the expansion and intensification of social relations and consciousness across world time and world space. In terms of scope, it is very clear that globalization is borderless. It also happens around the world. Next is regionalization. So, um, it is the growth of societal integration within a region and to the often undirected processes of social and economic interaction. So, it happens only in specific geographical region. So, social and economic reciprocal actions of regionalizations are undirected because of diversity. So, this diversity comes in different levels of development, politics, from democracy to dictatorship, and everything in between. So, from free markets to capitalism and more. And religion, just like Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Shintoism, and more. So, regionalism, it is commonly confused with regionalization. Why? So, it refers to the regional concentration of economic flows, while regionalization refers to the political process by economic policy if cooperation and coordination are present among countries. So, Asian regionalism is a new concept among the continental communities. The ASEAN community is comprised with three pillars. So, first is the political security community. So, it gives importance to the human rights, drugs, foreign relations, defense, law, and transnational crimes. Second is the economic community. So the association adheres to significant roles of monitoring economic ministers, finance ministers, central bank governors, free trade area, investment area, agriculture and forestry, transport ministers, telecommunications and information technology ministers, science and technology, energy, minerals, tourism, free trade agreements, and with dialogue partners and sectoral bodies. And the third is the socio-cultural community. So, the social means from the word society. So, um, there's an avenue for cooperation among the ministers responsible for culture and arts, sports, disaster management, education, environment, health, information, labor, rural development, and poverty eradication, women, youth, and civil service matters. So, ASEAN has also partnered with three East Asian countries, which is the first is the China, Japan, and South Korea, and also known as the ASEAN Plus 3. Third lesson was the global culture and media. So culture refers to the unified style of human knowledge, beliefs, and behavior from which people learn, and ability to communicate knowledge to the next generation. So its development has been mainly influenced by the media. So historically, media underwent five stages of development from the earliest forms to the complex one. So it all started with oral communication. So language allowed humans to communicate and share information. Moreover, language became the most important tool for exploring the world and different cultures. The next stage is the invention of the script. So, distance became a hindrance to oral communication. Then next, after the script, next followed the printing press. So, the introduction of the printing press allowed the continuous production, reproduction, and circulation of print materials. After that, another stage is the emergence of electronic media. So, as characterized by its use of electricity. So, electronic media includes the um, telegraph, telephone, radio, film, and television. So, the last stage is the digital media, which relies on digital codes. It can be created, modified, or stored in any digital or electronic devices. So, what is media? So, media is a carrier of culture. It is a tool for the interaction of people with different cultures. So, cultural differentialism views cultural difference and difference as immutable. So, as the West and non-Western civilizations interact or are brought in contact through globalization, clash of civilizations such as that of the West and Islam logically follows. So, cultural convergence suggests that globalization engenders a growing sameness of cultures. So, however, the culture of powerful and progressive countries becomes culture. So, globalization, coined from globalization and localization, is a rather new concept brought about the increased frequency of contact among cultures. This reinforced that the fact that local cultures are not weak, static, or fixed. They are built and understood anew each day in the globalized world. And the last lesson was about the globalization of religion. So, religion plays a vital role in the lives of Filipinos, for their values are anchored on it. It has affected their attitudes, characters, and perspectives in life. So, the interaction of religion and culture resulted in global local religion. So, first is the vernacularization, refers to the blending of universal religions and local languages. Second is the indigenization. So, it transforms a universal religion to suit the specific of a particular ethnic group. Third is the nationalization. It constructs a link between the nation and church. Last is the transnationalization, which has complemented religious nationalizations by focusing groups on identifying specific religions, religious traditions of real or imagined national homelands. So the globalization of religion brought two opposing results. So which is the global conflict and peace. So in many ways, religion is affected by globalization. So at the same time, it has contributed to the rise of global conflicts and the achievement of the world peace. So conflicts are caused by different interpretations of religious sacred texts applied in secular world in the guise of economic and political clashes, or vice versa. So either individualized or institutionalized, religion is one of the actors of cultural globalization. So thank you. That's all.